Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Sycamore Heights. Um, Today is probably the most exciting episode. We are building a B&M wing coaster. Many different ones, to be honest. This goes through a lot of different, variations. So, sit back and get ready for me to build the same thing over and over again. This episode I'm not going to be talking as much, I'll just pop in when something interesting's happening. And so have fun watching me fail to build a B&M wing coaster over and over again. As much as I did just say I'd be building them over and over again, this is the final time I rebuild the station. So the station is now going to stay in the same place. I don't know what I do with the layout. I think I just build the layout fully from now on, but let's find out together. if you couldn't tell, this is the first time I've ever used the pool system properly in a game. I found it quite stressful. I had no idea what I was doing. We got there eventually. Look at that elevation change, isn't that lovely? Wasn't lovely to build, definitely not lovely to build, would not recommend. What's the point of going to an amusement park if you're not going to queue in a cattle pen? So naturally, I put a cow pen in. Wahey! In my attempts to build a nice second lake, I flooded the park about 3 or 4 times. So if you want a lake, you can have a lake, but that's all you're getting. Then moved on to some gardens. I know, nature in an amusement park. What is wrong with the world? I wanted this area to be quite secluded, so chucked in a load of trees, and it might work. in an attempt to hide all of the nasty backstage stuff from the public, I'm going to blind them with bushes, because that always works. Yes, you did just witness the first crash of Planet Coaster 2 in this episode. I say first because there are many more. Then I struggled to make a sign and letters out of things that aren't letters, and realised that there are letters in the game, and so went back to using them, like a normal person would. Just in case you didn't know what a garden was, there is a helpful sign here that does say the gardens, so now everyone knows what a garden is. I would just like to point out that I have no idea if any of these plants would actually be in England, or any part of Europe for that matter, so if you have a problem with it, get over it, man. That big red tree will definitely change. Not in this episode, but in the future. It's too red and I don't like it. As I was running out of ideas, I thought, let's just spam trees everywhere, make some forest, because that's totally normal. And I think it worked. If in doubt, rocks and bushes. That is my new motto. I don't think it'll catch on, but you never know. Hey, look at that, more random trees and bushes. How creative. Game crash number 2. Who needs to start keeping count? If in doubt, rocks and bushes. It literally always applies, everywhere. It may look like I'm going crazy, but I think I was talking to myself about the garden the whole time. Either that, or this is me doing the voiceover, and I haven't cut it out of the main footage. And I think it might be the latter. Let's just forget that and pretend it never happened, and let's jump over to more talkative me to basically do this all over again, but with voices. Well, hello people. This is a new mic, so I don't know how this is going to sound. You'll probably know from the voiceover, because I'm doing this before the voiceover. So that's why I've not uploaded for a while. I've been trying to get a new mic, because my last one broke. So this one's alright. It's more of a headset, so it's probably not as good quality, but it's still good enough quality. And it also means I might be able to start doing some sim racing on the channel now. Exciting, maybe. But welcome to episode 5 of Sycamore Heights. We're starting off at the gardens. We're going to ignore that for now. We'll have a ride on that later. At the gardens. Yeah, I'm happy with how these turned out. They're quite nice. I'm happy with the signing. I'll do it in night, or I'll show you the sign at night. There's no lighting in here yet, which there will be. But yeah, so let's go on a tour. This is the bit that I probably spent the least effort on, because I was just like, I kind of want it to be like a wildlife area. You know, if you're from England, I don't know if they do it in other countries, they probably do, but they do like protected areas that are specifically left to be overgrown for like wildlife to exist in. That's what this is meant to be. So it's just used some, I can't remember what it was, some dry creosote bushes. Is that how you say it? Creosote? Creosote? I don't know. Some of them buried in the ground sort of look a bit like overgrown grass. Here we've got like a nice, just a tree, not a tree, a bush. I don't know. I sort of started running out of ideas the further I got into it. A nice like big hole in the ground with some water. I'm very happy with that. It's kind of like inspired by some of the Alton Towers gardens. Most of this is, to be honest, but this bit especially. Then we've got a nice just bit of overgrown woodland, which there is also over here, which I'm not going to bother looking at. Some more rocks and stuff. Grapes? I don't know. I sort of wanted something to be grown here, and grapes was the easiest thing to do. Probably not in the UK, wouldn't work, but oh well. And then you've got this weird ornamental thing with a random red tree in the middle. I thought that might be like the standout cool thing. I'm probably going to change the tree to maybe another acacia tree like we've got over there, because I don't really like the red against all the green. It's a bit weird as much as I want colour. Just loads of rhododendrons and trees. Over here, this is a weird bit, just loads of spiral and circular bushes and some very, very tall, what is this? I can't remember what they are, but they're things, yep. And then we've got the acacia trees and some nice, more like African, not African, I don't know, like deserty style stuff over here. I think, are these African style? Are these the trees you get in Africa? I don't know, man. I don't know my trees very much. But hello, I just nearly, yeah. And then we've got this bit. This is probably one of my favourite bits. You've got like the stepping stones over. You've got a nice island with this huge weeping tree over it. And I'm so happy with. Is the tree wobbling? That's not how trees tree. Looks like it's like breathing. I don't like that. I'm going to stop looking at that. That's making me feel weird. I didn't really do anything over here because I didn't want to. I thought I'd leave it a bit bland because it's a bit more realistic. You're not going to have things everywhere. This is again the overgrown bit, and that's it for the garden. So I will hop into night time and we can have a look at the nice signage. I can't really remember. I did this so long ago. I haven't recorded anything on this for like 2 months. So let's hop into night time. Here we are. It's night time. Yeah, gardens. That's it. That's literally what I wanted to show you. Let's go back to daytime. Okay, back to daytime, and now if we look over to the right, you'll notice like the first coaster. I'm so happy with how this turned out. It usually takes me so many tries to get a coaster I enjoy, but watching this go around is so satisfying. I've got it running on 3 trains as well, and this bit's my favourite bit. I'm going to add some water effects, like a splashdown effect, and then the sign's going to go where them pipes are. But just look at this, it's just so huge and graceful. That first drop is the turn, I'm so happy with it. Drop, got some trims before it. Quite a slow 0G roll. I sort of want it to be more slow and graceful, this type of coaster. And then we go into like an overbanked turn, sort of like an incline loop. And then a twisted airtime hill. Into a bit that I adjusted a couple of times to get the speed right, into a nice inline twist. Down, into a upwards helix, into a mid-course brake run, down again, into a little airtime hill, into the turn, over the water, airtime hill, into quite a slow downwards corkscrew, to one final turn and into the brakes. It carries quite a bit of speed throughout the whole ride as well. So I'm really happy with it. I'm quite happy with the queue as well. It's not like too cattle pen. There's a bit of cattle pen, obviously, because you've got to have cattle pen, but then it's sort of like quite a windy cattle pen, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm so happy with how it's turned out, because pretty much as soon as one hits the brake run, the other one's out, and then that one will go over the top pretty much just as the train that was sent out before it comes off of the block section, just to ensure there's like enough time for the train to get around. So I've tried to get some realism into the block section of it. But yeah, look, here we go. So that one hits the brakes, and this one should be going soon. Maybe not soon, but you know. Alright, I think let's take a ride on this train here. Alright, we'll start off on the front bumper. I'm going to commentate this one because, you know, yeah, because we love a bit of commentary. I was about to say commentation, but that's not a word. Here we go. So the first little drop out of the station, just I don't know why I did that, but I thought it'd look cool as we climb up the lift hill. I've got no idea how tall this thing is. I think it might be like 150 feet, so a similar height to the Swarm, I believe. And here we go. A nice view over the car park. Yay. As we turn to face the entrance, and the huge wing overdrop is so nice, facing straight towards the ground, through into the nice hang time of that 0G roll. That is quite slow. I might remove them trims a bit. To the nice overbanked turn, down into the airtime hill. I feel like that's going to give some quite nice floater airtime. And it's crashed. Why is it crashed? Why does it keep crashing? Holy moly. After the twisted airtime hill, like I said, would give floater, we go to the nice hang time of the inline twist. Through a bit of a twisty section, to an upwards helix, to the mid-course brake run, into a nice airtime hill. That'll give probably some ejector airtime actually. Nice turnaround over the water, bit of a floater airtime maybe, into the nice speed, I like this words, into another turn and into the brake run. Now, I will give you, I think a right side wing seat will probably be better, because you'll get proper raised up over the wing overdrop. So let's go for a right side seat, and I won't talk for this one. And there we have it, the unnamed B&M wing coaster for being the first coaster at Sycamore Heights. I nearly forgot the name, it's been so long. So if anyone has a name for it that they'd like to put in the comments, feel free, because I'm not very good at naming things, seeing as I made a B&M surf coaster for this competition called Gale Force, because, you know, wind and surfing is basically the same thing. But yeah, it's a generic theme, not going to be themed to anything, just going to be nicely presented, pretty much exactly what Corvus asked for, except it's not a B&M surf coaster. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. Goodbye.